Drake is Starbucks and Kendrick Lamar is your local cafe. And it makes so much sense. Starbucks, very popular. You walk into a Starbucks, morning rush, it's crowded, right? There's so many people looking forward to this coffee. But is it the highest quality? Not necessarily, but it gets the job done. You don't have to overthink it. It's predictable, right? The menu, it stays the same. Maybe from season to season, you'll switch it up. The pumpkin spice latte is right around the corner. And it's the same thing when you listen to a Drake album. You kind of know what's coming up next. You know what sounds he's going for. It's predictable, but it's popular. But a local cafe, that's Kendrick Lamar. It's a little bit less in terms of the people, in terms of the crowd, but the experience is next level. It's more intimate. You could damn near fall in love with the barista. At the local cafe, you can work from home, you can study, you could bring a book and read. But when you go to that local cafe, you're the main character and you can really tap into here. And it's unpredictable. A local cafe, the baristas, they're so creative, they can switch up the menu on the spot. Hey, I want a Pop-Tart latte. They're gonna be like, what? But they're gonna figure it out. They might not even have Pop-Tarts available, but they're gonna make it happen. It's the creativity. You say that at Starbucks, they're gonna scream at you.
Cause fuck them, that's why.
And Starbucks is kind of canceled right now, so there's that. I can go a lot deeper into this, and I can compare just about every artist in the industry to a store. But I'll save that for another video. Let's dive deeper into Drake being Starbucks and Kendrick Lamar being a local cafe.
Artistry is important, and some artists don't have artistry.
I was in Target and I heard a Drake song. So it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Over the course of my last few Kendrick Lamar Drake discussion videos, I have drawn a line between casual music listeners and music junkies. And I've been meaning to elaborate on that topic, but I didn't quite know how until now. Mos Def and Charlie XCX, two completely different artists, have helped me understand the point I'm trying to convey.
Fun, good, formulaic music that is...
It's likable.
Likable music, yeah.
So many products. Oh, so many products.
So much merchandising, so many barcodes.
I love this mall.
And this video idea all started when Drake released 100 gigabytes of music content. And in those few songs he's put out, it reminded me that Drake's music is the equivalent of Target. Shopping at Target. And it's a microcosm because I think a lot of artists make music equivalent to shopping at Target. Have you ever shopped at Target? Target has everything you need. Everything. You walk into a Target, you have electronics, school supplies, video games, food and beverages. You have clothes. You have literally everything you can possibly ask for at Target.
Look at this place. They have everything. Everything's here.
The only issue with Target, it's a jack of all trades, but it's a master of none, okay? Because there's better places to go if you're looking for electronics. You might want to try B&H or Best Buy. Shout out to the Geek Squad. If you're looking for food, beverages, you might want to go to Trader Joe's. Video games, go to GameStop. Usually a Target has a Starbucks attached to it. And if you want coffee, go to your local cafe. And the reality is, no one goes to Target to just browse around. People go to Target with an idea, a list in their head of things they want, right? And I think Drake's music and a lot of other artists, their albums, they sound just like that. You kind of just pick and choose the songs that fit your needs for your own playlist, and then you move away. You're not listening to the album from start to finish. You're just picking your favorites and you move on. That's why I consider a lot of these artists Target ass musicians, okay? Because they have all these different styles of music, but none of it's truly daring, okay? They don't execute anything to perfection. They just kind of half-ass a bunch of different sounds to feed all elements of their audience. and it's the same product. It's very predictable. Very predictable. Like I mentioned, Starbucks, you always have the same menu. When you go to your local cafe, my local cafe is Forest Cafe, and I am so excited to try all their new seasonal favorites. Every single time I walk in there, the menu changes. It's one of the greatest feelings on earth. It's like Christmas when you get to try a new latte that they created.
This is great. This is a new Drake. You hear it? It's great. What happens when this thing collapses?
And that's not to say that I will not shop at Target. Target is a safe option, and that's how I look at Drake and other artists. They're safe options. Like if I'm around a bunch of people I don't know and I'm thinking, who can I play that's safe, that everyone could at least tolerate in the background? I'll put on some Drake. Drake makes sense.
And some artists don't have artistry.
But the moment I get into my car, the moment I'm by myself, I'm going back to my regular routine of diving into my music. As a music junkie, I'm done with the casual shit. It's really simple, because when you listen to a Drake album, the formula is there every single time. He has a 20-track album. There's a couple timestamp records where he's just rapping over a beat for about 5 minutes straight. Then you have the songs where he's singing about an ex or a girl that did him wrong.
No, I get heavy on a couple joints, but this is more about me and Serena, so I
gathered that.
You have a couple club bangers, usually with the feature from an Atlanta artist.
You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars.
And then you have a party jam that people can dance to. It's the same formula every single album. But that does not give me a world to escape to. It doesn't. It just gives me a bunch of songs to listen to, and I'll pick which one I want to tolerate for more than 5 or 6 days. I'll put it on a playlist, might listen to it here and there, and then I'm going to want more music from you because the music that you just gave me, it was good for the moment. That's it. It doesn't last long, right? And that's my issue.
For me, it's like music alone is just not giving me the world. Like I need an artist to create the world.
The world building.
A whole new world.
Because again, there's no mystique. Every time you release an album, I know what I'm going to get from you. And that's the difference. The reason why people are always waiting for a Kendrick Lamar album is because his albums are so different, right? To Pimp a Butterfly, you listen to this album, heavy on jazz, live instrumentation, whereas Damn is incredibly stripped down in terms of production. You can't take Humble or DNA from Damn and put it onto Pimp a Butterfly. It just wouldn't work. It's two completely different worlds, and I appreciate that. I hate when I'm listening to an artist and I can take a song from one album and easily put it on another album and no one would notice. But it goes back to what Charlie XCX is saying. There's not enough artists who are world building in music.
A great artist to me is more than the songs. It's the entire culture and space that they inhabit.
I've never listened to Charlie XCX. She just fits the argument for today. However, I've seen this everywhere. I've seen this album advertised everywhere, and there's a certain aesthetic that comes with it. Whenever you see this album, you see a party girl aesthetic attached to it. So she's given an identity with this album for her fans. And I love looking at an artist's discography and seeing an identity crisis. I want multiple identities in your discography. I don't want the same thing over and over again, because that shows me you're not growing as a person. There's no change.
It's like I need an artist to create the world.
The world building.
And I think those are the kind of albums that last the longest. Like whenever I want to feel calm, I put on Love Deluxe by Sade.
Kiss of life. Kiss of love.
That album relaxes me. There's no turn up songs on that project. And I don't want no turn up songs on that project. It just puts me at ease to play that album from track 1 to the end of the track list. Same with Tapestry by Carole King. If you listen to that album, Carole King, oh my God, her voice is heavenly.
It's too late, baby, now it's too late. Oh, no, 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 no.
I am am going to do a video one day on that album. It's such a special project. That album is so cozy. So cozy. It's a warm hug.
Music alone is just not giving me the world.
But that's my biggest fear with music moving forward is I think artists are oversaturating the music industry, right? With all of these releases. And the thing is, see, I don't mind if an artist milks an album. I don't mind you putting out an album and then you just hitting us over the head with music videos, promotional things for the project. That I'm okay with because that is an aesthetic, that is an era, and you're diving deep into that. That's passion. What I don't like is when an artist just completely moves on from the album to just start putting out another one. And it's just over and over and over and over again. Because 9 times out of 10, y'all are not creative enough to pull that off. You need time to go through life, go through different experiences, and come back with new content, something new for your fans to dive into. A lot of these artists need to realize they're not Prince. Prince is one of the few artists that was able to get away with saturating the music industry.
We did do an album in a week.
How do you come up with this?
Plays all the instruments on it.
He played everything and he mixed it too.
And he mixed it
in one day.
I hate to say that Prince was saturating anything because Prince is amazing. His talent is through the roof. Prince did put out 39 studio albums. Every single year was a brand new album. That was the interesting thing with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef is that Kendrick kind of aligned himself with Prince and then Drake aligned himself with Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson, although he was, I guess, a bigger pop star, he was putting out quality music. And Prince, even though he was putting out very quality and daring albums, he put out music at a very rapid pace. Prince would work with no perfection in sight. It was just, hey, if there's mistakes, it's fine. We're throwing it out there. And that was deemed experimental. See, the thing is, Prince could give you the sugar, the water, and the lemons, but at the end of the day, your lemonade stand could never be as great as Prince was.
Lemonade is $1. That's all I got. Make it work. I'm thirsty. Lemonade is $1.
Most of y'all need to take breaks in between y'all music because it's getting repetitive. It's getting repetitive. I need y'all to go through something and then come back to me with something new. If you want to interest the music junkies.
I live life.
Yeah.
Like I go and do stuff and it's shown in my work.
Yeah.
So whether it's shown in my work through sound or through cloth or through visual stuff, it feels cohesive because of that.
If not, you could stick with the casual music listeners, throw out these projects. The albums aren't going to get remembered in time because these albums, the fans, they're just going to pull songs and that's it. The songs are going to go onto a playlist that they can play when they're at a party or at a get together and that's it. No one's going to care about that album. The way I talk about Tapestry by Carole King, the way I talk about Love Deluxe by Sade, Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator, Control by SZA, Lemonade by Beyonce, Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar, Abbey Road by the Beatles, Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. The way I talk about those albums, I would never talk about yours. Never. Because all you gave me was songs, you did not give me a world. Tyler, the Creator, hasn't put out an album since 2021, but he's so proud of Call Me If You Get Lost that he keeps on promoting that album. It came out very long ago.
It came out in June. It's a year out and I'm still out here like, call me if you get lost, like, because I put time and love and too much energy into this finished project just to put it on Instagram and forget about it. Like, no, promote your, let people know, be proud of that you made.
There's an aesthetic with that album. The way he was dressing fits the album. When Kendrick Lamar went from To Pimp a Butterfly to Damn, he was dressing different. His hairstyle was different. He came up with this new nickname, Kung Fu Kenny.
Come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny. Come on. Come on, Kenny. Do it. Every nigga is a star.
I love that. Make me tap into this new world with you. That's the beauty of it. It distinguishes one era from the next. and it shows the evolution of an artist in the perfect way possible. Another artist I want to compliment for this is Beyonce, because in terms of world building, she's done a great job at that, especially with this new project, Cowboy Carter. A lot of people didn't catch on at first, but now with the Olympics and Team USA, you know, you can see Cowboy Carter is the perfect soundtrack, right? People label it a country album. It's an American album, specifically a Southern American album. She explores a lot of themes that are still involving race in America, you know, hence the Blackbird cover that she did, you know, of the Beatles song that was on the White Album, where they were inspired by the Little Rock Nine. After Brown versus the Board of Education, these students took it upon themselves to be courageous and finally step into a white institution. And Paul McCartney wrote Blackbird. Beyonce took that song as an ode.
Only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly.
Again, she's tapping into a world when she does that. The Levi's jeans, that's very American, right? Even, like I said, the American flag is on the cover of her album, and now she's representing Team USA in the Olympics. It all works together. It all works in tandem to create an era and a distinct world that's different from the last one. And for all my casual music listeners, I want to make sure I'm very clear when I say this. There is nothing wrong with shopping at Target. I still shop at Target. I think Target is great, okay? Because when I need something quick, Target is reliable. It's reliable, but is it rewarding, okay? Is it rewarding? I don't think so. I don't think it's rewarding. And that's all I'm trying to say. If you want your music to last long, you got to tap into what the music junkies want. If not, the casual music listeners, they'll have you here today and gone tomorrow. And I think Drake really does have some good music. You can say whatever you want. You can say Ghost Riders wrote it. You can say The Weeknd is the one that spearheaded Take Care. I would agree with you, but it's still a great project. It has some core memories in my teenage years. I love that album. I just wish he went back to world building. You know, that Take Care album, it has an atmosphere from track 1 to the end. It's a vibe you get. And I feel like he does not go for that anymore. He's just trying to stick with a successful formula that is basically the representation of capitalism in music. And it's every reason why I'm talking about Target and Starbucks the way I'm talking about it, and hyping up cafes and Kendrick Lamar in this video. And all this goes back to my original point. Like, I don't mind an artist taking their time to release music if it means that the quality is going to be heightened, right? If you need to go through life experiences and tap into new things in here, take all the time you need, because guess what? Frank Ocean put out 2 classic albums, Channel Orange, Blonde, and Blonde came out in 2016. How is an artist who put out an album 8 years ago able to headline Coachella?
That's the way every day goes. Time in my control. If the sky is pink and white, if the ground is black and yellow.
Even if he didn't really put together his best performance by his audience's standards, he was still able to do that. And that's a testament to how great Blonde is. The fact that he's still relevant is a testament to how good of a project Blonde is. And I think a lot of artists are a little bit worried that if they don't put out music, they're going to fall off because they're not putting out quality. They're not putting out music that's going to last. They know that if they're not releasing songs regularly, they're going to be out of rotation, out of the cycle. And that could be scary. So I understand. That's why I say if you are making music for the casual music listener, you better be like a fast food restaurant chain. You better be like McDonald's. Keep it coming. Keep going. You don't get no breaks. You don't get no breaks. But if you make quality albums, the fans, they'll let you sit back and they'll let your mind work because they want you to world build. They want you to come up with something new because that's what keeps the fans excited. And my last message, I really love the comment sections of my videos because I love these healthy conversations that we're having about music, because everybody that comments, I noticed they really care about music. They're really passionate about music. And to me, when you find people that have a true passion for something, like I love being a nerd with music. I love it. I love it.
This shit means something to me, man.
Great artists to me is more than the songs. It's the entire culture and space.
I love when artists tap into that, into their music, because you get some of the best albums ever when you're able to tap into your own world, create your own world, and allow your fan base to escape to that world when they listen to your albums. And that is my message of the day. World building in music is very important. This is Anthony Aiken Jr. If you love the videos, make sure you subscribe, like, and thank you so much for all the support. And as always with my channel, we end off with a hug. Bring it in.
Kiss of life, kiss of love.